Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to do the Sothis run. Now for a lot of you this will be very well known, but so you can go to a system called Sothis and Seos, which is outside of the inhabited space bubble. And as you can see, it's still a decent distance away, but the big benefit is that you can really earn a lot of easy money doing that. So what you need to do then is pick up missions. So as you can see over here, you have several missions, and of course you need a certain rank as well, usually. And like your reputation is important to pick up certain missions. And like some of these missions really pay out a lot. So what I normally do is I go for the missions that actually are paying out a lot, and that require us to travel and deliver all the cargo back to inhabited space, but that do not require so much the smuggling, because if you are scanned, which is kind of easy that it can happen, you will lose a lot of that income as well. Now, because we know that Seos and Sothis are very close to each other, what I normally do is I travel uh, between the two stations or between the two systems, which are only one jump away from each other. And I just pick up these data collection or data delivery missions, and that will both boost your ability to actually get other missions, like you will build up your reputation, of course, with the different, um, let's say, benefactors within each system. And then also, usually, if you just go ahead, like for example, this mission, you see, I cannot take it because it requires the allied rank, or let's say allied reputation with this um, yeah, political entity. So I cannot do that yet. But anyway, so what I normally do is I also, by the way, pick up some of this gold, which is a rare material, which you can actually sell approximately for twice the amount in the inhabitant space bubble. And what I then do normally is I just travel between the two locations, so between Sothis and Seos, and I just pick up any data delivery missions. If I don't find any good long distance hauling mission, and I well, except of course hauling missions if they arrive and they seem like a good deal in terms of both the payout and the amount of cargo you have to move around. Now, of course, in order to get to Sothis, you do need a decent vessel. I would not recommend doing this with a very basic ship. So personally, I would say try to get this run done from a Asp Explorer onwards. Anyway, a ship with a very good jump range is required. So as you can see, I now arrived at the station at Seos, and here we can just deliver all those data collection or data delivery missions that I took from Sothis. And well, we can then have a look again at the mission board over here, whether there are any decent good long distance hauling missions. Well, like I said, for the ship, I would really advise to use a Asp Explorer at least. You can of course do it with smaller ships. Well, I wouldn't say a Sidewinder, that would be a pain, but you can at least try to do this with much smaller ships than just the Asp Explorer. The only thing is that what I experience usually is that the chances are that you can get attacked, of course, in the run towards Sothis. So, as the AI currently is decent, I would recommend that you at least can fight back, or at least flee in adequate amount of time, that you do not have too much damage. Now over here you see me accepting all those, of course, completed mission messages. So that will also give you nice amount of potentially materials or other rewards like funds, but of course it's mostly to do for the reputation. Even though I must say the materials can also be nice, because it's such an easy run. It's just between two stations and actually effectively nothing else. So over here again, I try to look towards the better missions, and for the majority it seems that, well, we have to go back again and try to collect more stuff. Let's say more missions from Sothis itself, because over here it also doesn't seem to be that profoundly present. Um, but yeah, like I said, you can also easily earn reputation by doing this with these different entities, and you can also earn a little buck in the meantime. And it's really easy and straightforward. It's just jumping between two stations, not difficult at all, not much of a hassle at all, and you build up both reputation with, for example, the Federation in this case, if you take those missions, but also with those benefactors or parties that are important. So then we go back again to Sothis, of course, after this. Now again over here, it's repeating the same thing I've showed you before, just delivering all those data missions, delivery missions, and then try to see whether we have some good long distance holding missions to pick up. And sometimes, I mean, there are also people that say that you can just reload the game and that will help, but I must say that thus far I've currently not really experienced that the mission board will reload. But here, for example, we have a good mission which pays out a lot of money, like more or less 5 million, and it's that's what you're after here, and you try to fill up your entire cargo hold with as many as these as you can carry, of course. But as that was the only one again, I just picked up again a lot of these data collection missions. But at some point, I mean, for an Anaconda, you might even be able to pick up like 7 or so of these missions. Now, as you can see, I've now been able to pick up like 4 of these missions. Sometimes you can even pick up more if your cargo space allows, and if the missions by themselves are demanding less haulage. But I've been able to pick up like 4 of them. 3 are just regular missions of just delivering stuff like the bio-waste, and there is 1 smuggling mission which I'd rather not pick up, but yeah, it took me a bit too long currently to reload everything. So now what we're going to do is just deliver those missions to the systems that require them to be delivered towards, and then make ready for the entire trip back. So of course don't forget to have a fuel scoop, and also a decent class fuel scoop, I would say. That will save a lot of time. And especially with the engineers now, really try to also upgrade your frameshift drive, as that will help a lot in covering the huge distance in a very short amount of time. So I hope you learned a lot from this, and of course how to do the Sothis missions. They really pay well, as I will show you in the end, and it really helps you to get some capital going.
Touchdown confirmed. Dispatching ground crew. Report to station services for more information, Commander.
Oh, and that was it for the, let's say, doing the Sothis mission, at least for me for this run. So as you can see, for this run, which was not the best I must say, but still, I managed to get around 20 million very easily within maybe, I don't know, 1.5 hours of work. With some interruptions here and there because I was interdicted. But as you can see, you can easily, even with a smaller ship, get a lot of funds going on quickly if you do these missions. I hope that you learned a lot from this, and actually how to build up your capital. And please like and subscribe if you enjoy watching my videos, and you can place comments in the comment section if you like to do so. And as you can see, this was the distance. So I bid you farewell. Take care, commanders. See you out there.